This lesson's on the for loop extra credit problem. So the goal was to produce this piece of ASCII art shown here. So this is somewhat similar. We've got 6 columns now and 6 rows and 2 characters to replace. So let's go take a look at one possible solution for this problem. And let's, just so you guys all remember how to do everything, let's just go ahead and create a new, we'll put all this in a separate file. I'm going to say class, we're not really going to use a class. So we'll just delete the class when we get this. This just creates a CPP and a .h for us. It's kind of convenient. So we'll just say finish. And we'll just get rid of that right there. That's all. So let's start with what we wrote last time. We don't need the comment part. So let's just grab all of this code. I'm just going to Control X that out of here. And I'm going to come over here and put this, let's just call the method itself extra credit. Okay, and we'll put that all in there. Cout is not around, so we need to add in those includes here as well. So it's IOStream, and we want it to say using std cout. We're not really using cin here, so we don't need that. Okay, so no warnings. So actually we want to make sure we did this right. We can come here and this will produce our old for practice loop. We can call extra credit. We have to also remember to put an include to the file we just created, and that one goes in regular quotes. So there's extra credit. So now, so remember C++ from the top down, it sees extra credit.h. So it'll come over here, which has nothing. So we need to put in the declaration there, just basically the equivalent of a forward reference, and we just put our semicolon there. So now it knows that there's a function called extra credit that returns void and takes no parameters, and then the linker will satisfy that. So we should be good. So it looks like everything built correctly, and we should run and get the same results. Okay, so we basically did what's called refactoring. We haven't changed anything. We just refactored the program a little bit so that everything's not inside main. Okay, so let's just come over here now, and we know the first thing we want is a grid size of 6, and the reason I had you do 6 was a little tougher with an odd number, and we might look at that right after this. We want our normal character to still be this asterisk. Our special character, we have 2 of them. We have a leading character and a trailing character. So let's just say leading character, and that's going to be a /. You notice I get a warning here right away, and that's because this character is special. It's an escape character. Remember when we used it for like escaping a new line, it means I don't want n, I want the new line. So when we really want a /, we have to escape the / itself by just typing 2 of them. Now we'll get an actual /. And then we have one other, we have a trailing character, and that's going to be a / like that. Okay, so we can run this. We just need to change our name here, and nothing much should have changed except now we should be getting that / instead of the minus. Okay, so we're halfway there. So now all we need is to get the correct trailing / in. So if we switch back over to PowerPoint real quick, we can see what we're looking at is in the first row we want the last character, the last column, and we want the second to the last, etc., etc. So we can calculate that. So we still want to replace this one. It's the leading character, but else if, and we can check for the last character. We can say if the column equals the grid size, and you got to remember the grid size is 1 bigger, right, than the actual. So that would get us the last column, but we want to do that differently for each row. So we actually want to subtract out the row, which the first time will be 0, so it would have been the same. But that should get us the the correct column every time through. So in that case, I don't want that semicolon. Then we want to print out our trailing character. Okay, and then in all other conditions, we want to print out the normal character. Okay, so let's run that. We'll build, and we'll run, and there you go. There's our big X. So in the next lesson, we'll take a look at what happens when we use an odd number of rows.